Hi everybody, thank you for joining. So today we just got our shipment of our new telescope. This is I ordered from Celetron, the company, and the model or brand is Astromaster 130 EQ telescope. So basically every telescope comes with a number. Before this one, I used to have a Power Seeker 127, I think it was called. So the number here just means the reflective. So this is 130, which means that it captures more light. I really enjoy the Power Seeker 127, but I had that for a few years ago, and I gave it away to a friend. And he still has it up to today, and that's been like over 11 years probably, if not more. And it still works like new, and he enjoys it. So I was trying, oops, my auto light sensors turned off. So I was trying to order the Power Seeker, but everywhere I looked, they kept being sold out. And it went like that for a couple months, and it's probably still is sold out. So I went with the newest model, which is this Astromaster 130 EQ telescope. From my understanding, it's almost the same as the Power Seeker. The only difference is the rotation. As instead of using like a manual where you spin it, you can actually move it yourself. But I guess we'll see right now. We're going to go ahead and open the box. And as we're opening the box, just some fun facts. The first telescopes were used for the military. Well, it was intended to use for the military. And they were those telescopes that you normally see like in pirate movies, where a pirate brings out this telescope type and he stretches it across to see other ships or merchandise or other enemies. So that's how the telescope was born. Now, as time went on, Galileo was the first person who actually had the idea of grabbing that same telescope and pointing it up in the sky. And as a result, he started discovering other planets. Some of them like Saturn and Jupiter. Okay, cool. So comes with the manual and a CD. So that's definitely always helpful. Put it aside here. And we have our first box. See what this is. So this one is, it's kind of hard when you're recording by yourself, but we'll do our best. Okay, so I know what this is. This is the part where you connect the telescope and you rotate it up or down or sideways. Can't remember what it's called, but I know what I'm looking at. Gotta make sure I put it there so I don't lose any pieces. You don't want to lose any piece. What is this? This is pretty heavy, so let's find out what this is. So we're going to open it up here. One of these are the weights, counterweights. Yes, this is a counterweight. So every telescope has these weights. It tries to keep the telescope from tipping over, keep it in a balance. And they are pretty heavy. This feels like about easily between 5 to 10 pounds. Solid steel or iron. This must be the other part of the balance weights. Yep, this is the other part. So these two will go together as such, like that. More than likely, we'll get that right now assemble. Okay, so not sure my camera looks so blurry. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what's inside here. It's another box. Okay. So these are these you stick them in the one bag that I show you where you rotate them. So you'll spin, and as you're spinning them, the telescope will move sideways or up or down. So looks like here are the pieces. Oh, this is the finder scope, if I'm not mistaken, the terminology. I haven't used a telescope in a while, but you basically use this to point somewhere in the sky, and it's kind of what you use to try to identify an object that you're trying to view in the telescope. So before actually looking into the lens of the telescope, you use this finder scope to try to point at an area of the sky that you're trying to look for. And my auto light sensors went off. This is the tripod holder. So this goes in the middle, and you can put all your different lenses in there to hold it. And it holds your tripod open. It's definitely good. So here's one of your lens. It's a 10mm lens, and another one. This one is a 20mm lens. So, and the numbers is just is based on the number of the circle, the diameter that's in here. So in here is 20mm. Put it over here, and a cleaning cloth to clean the lens, because you do need to clean them after a while, especially if you're using them outside. Okay, let me go ahead and look at here. Looks like we have the legs of the tripod. So here's the tripod legs, and then on top right here, I'm gonna put the one that I was talking about, where you put your lenses and it holds the tripod in place. You're gonna put it somewhere like around here in between, but I'll show you once I start building it. Let's take this out. And the reason I went with Celetron was because, like I mentioned, my first telescope was a power seeker, and it lasted a very long time, and it continued to last up to this day with my friend. So it's a really reliable, solid, well-built telescope, and based on my experience that I had, this is why I went with Celetron this second time around in ordering a telescope. Another fun fact is, even if you get a cheaper telescope, like let's say a telescope that costs you like about $5, $10 at those pharmacies, or $20, it still is pretty, it will be a lot stronger compared to the one that Galileo used. So just keep that in mind. Even if you have the cheapest telescope out there, keep in mind that your telescope will be better than the one that Galileo had to use on his time. So we're going to open this other box here. Little piece of tape. Let me just grab something to cut that. Okay, it's been open. Okay, so here's the actual telescope lens. So I'm going to grab this stuff, bring him inside, and start building it up.